Okay,
Yeah.
Samuel Boundy.
So,
Let's hear the
hi,
pitch. Well, Sons of Pitches. What have you got for us this week, Sam?
tons of pitches. Yeah, basically it's another title. Where do we go from here? And the title was Die or Get Rich Trying. Um, it's a little spin on the Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
Die or Get Rich Trying. It's kind of it's a fantasy, but in the same respect that Big is a fantasy. So it's basically a realistic story with the suspension of belief that a child can put a coin into a machine and then grow up, like wake up the next day as an adult. So yeah, this guy he cross paths with a gypsy and offends her, and she curses him and makes him immortal. So this guy has a gypsy curse where he basically he can't die. He can't die,
Right.
and it's a bit like the scene from the middle section of Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray just kills himself over and over and over again, and wakes up the next day and he's still alive.
Right. Okay.
It's basically the same thing. He literally cannot die, and he thinks it's great at first, but very quickly he realizes that it sucks, and he's like, "Ah, shit," and then he's like, "Hang on, maybe there's that I can make money out of this." So he basically becomes this like daredevil stuntman type character, he basically charges people to watch him die over and over again,
Right.
and then he returns the next day and repeats the act over and over again in new and exciting ways. So it's literally he wants to die, but he'll get rich trying.
Yeah. And is this a comedy parody, or is this like a
Of
real
course,
like
it's
like no, but
yeah.
like Prestige was something like this, wasn't it? So I don't know if you saw Prestige.
The Prestige was very similar to this,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
like he died every night towards the end, didn't he? He
Yeah.
would drown and then clone
And
himself.
he had this basement full of his own corpses,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Fucking love that film. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
look, this is an entirely different beast.
Yes, this is. Because basically, it goes on and on and on, and like over time, the audience gets bored of him, and the act gets old. Like he's like running out of ways to kill himself. And then on top of that, like a magician, people start questioning, like, how does he do it? We want to know. Let's have a Penn and Teller issue, where he actually tells us the secret behind the trick, but he can't reveal that because then everyone will know that he's immortal. And
Ah, right.
oh
So he
God,
doesn't tell anyone he's immortal. Right. Okay.
no, he never tells anyone. It's all a big secret. He's like a magician.
Apart from his bird, though, who might be like Amy Adams or someone really equally as hot and
Yeah,
ginger.
get Amy Adams in to
Yeah, Amy
be
Adams, right?
yeah,
And
good.
but he tells her, like, I'm immortal. I imagine there'll be like a Christopher Lambert scene in Highlander where he goes, I'm Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod and I can't die, and then he sticks a blade in between his rib cage, and then
Yeah,
she just gets so hot, it's like, oh God, that's so hot, and then they obviously do
yeah.
it, yeah.
Oh, I like that. I
Well,
like
it's
that.
like, so we're mashing Highlander with a bit of prestige.
Prestige.
How does it?
Yeah,
So does he go back to
basically.
He has to then obviously go back to the gypsy and say, "Oh, look, I've redeemed myself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Or
totally finds the gypsy, and he's like, "Oh, help me, save me, like turn me into a mortal being again." And she's like, "Oh no, you can't do that."
well, that's Superman 2 as well, isn't it? Superman 2
That's
is a bit, yeah.
Superman too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to be mortal again, doesn't he? So he has to go into the chamber. Yeah.
Yeah. It's writing itself, isn't it?
Do you know what it sounds like? I don't know if you've heard of Hollywood Boulevard, but that's just a Joe Dante film where he mashed together three other films and put a little bit of narrative in between. Joe Dante, the director of Gremlins, he was his job initially. He started out as making trailers. So he knew how to edit films and piece together the highlight reels basically of a film. We could just sandwich together different narratives from Highlander, Prestige, and Superman 2, and then just send it off to Universal, and jobs are good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at Armageddon and Deep Impact. They were released the same year. Dante's Peak and
Volcano. Yeah.
It's sort of like it's.
I read a great joke in Viz today about Armageddon, saying, "Look, just so I don't know the meaning of the word Armageddon. It's not the end of the world."
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, trust Viz. I didn't write it, by the way. But so okay, awesome. Who do you see playing the lead character?
Okay, so I see maybe Christian Bale, maybe Hugh Jackman.
But that is no longer a comedy, right?
It's no longer a comedy when you put those in there. I don't know. I think Hugh Jackman could do comedy. I know he hasn't thus far, unless you count Les Miserables. It was a big fucking joke.
Oh, that's harsh.
Well, that was harsh.
I tell you
and I'll be honest, I still haven't seen it.
Nothing like you to cast aspersions on it.
At least they had the decency to cast actual singers. I know that Russell Crowe got a lot of flack, but I mean, like he's in a soft rock band.
He was in a soft rock. He was shit in that band as well. I seem to remember.
He was shit in that band as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cast actual singers. You didn't have actual singers.
Little bit of movie trivia for you. The character that they based Decimus Meridius on in Gladiator, right? They were going to do this whole scene in Gladiator where he starts promoting olive oil and he has his name on billboards and he becomes a celebrity. And they were like, no, let's do away with that. No one's going to believe it. Actual true story. Like literally, there's historic evidence that gladiators actually were celebrities, and they did put their faces on advertising. And but they scrapped the whole idea because they were like, no one's going to believe that. They're not going to believe something that was actually true.
Oh, I love Hollywood when it kind of it does a lap around the park of retard park. I like to call it. Wasn't there a Shakespeare film like George the Second or Third or some shit like that, where they had to remove the number afterwards because the Americans thought it would be a sequel.
They thought it was going to be a sequel. Yeah, the George the Third. Yeah. The Madness of King George the Third, and they were like, "Well, what happened to the other two movies?" Yeah.
God love you, America. We love you.
They cast Rupert Everett as the Prince Regent. Which was interesting. Hugh Laurie played the same character in Blackadder. Why do they skirt around casting fat people as the Prince Regent? Because he was insanely fat. He was famous for being this big, bloated, overfed man-child, and they skirt around it all the time.
Well, we need to ask Danny Boyle that question, because didn't he direct the latest Steve Jobs film where they cast Michael Fassbender, who, by the way, looks nothing like Steve Jobs, who was at least 10 to 15 pounds overweight. Michael Fassbender could potentially be the next Bond. Didn't bother putting on an ounce of fat. Just thought, I'll just rock up and play this straight. That's fine.
There's another one for you. The year before Jobs came out, Ashton Kutcher played Steve Jobs in the story of the beginning of his life. They they sort of bookended it. Ashton Kutcher played the young Steve Jobs. and which is interesting considering he replaced Charlie Sheen in Two and a Half Men and played a character who was this young go-getter who became a millionaire overnight by starting a software company.
Awesome, yeah. A wonderful tangential
So yeah,
reference.
nice bit of typecasting there. But true story, Ashton Kutcher decided to go method, and he read about the fact that Steve Jobs lived almost exclusively on fruit. So he was like, while I'm playing Steve Jobs, I'm going to live exclusively on fruit, and he made himself violently ill and had like explosive diarrhea and started vomiting on a daily basis because his body wasn't used to eating exclusively fruit.
Man, I know that diet. I went on that diet for a day when I
Did
was
you?
yeah. I can't remember where or when I was. I know it was like late 20s, but I thought I know a way to lose weight. I can just eat fruit. So I went down Waitrose and stocked up on like £50 worth of watermelon. Nailed the fucking lot pretty much in a day and a half. And I was on the way to the pub thinking, I just need to get a nice all-day English breakfast. And on the way, I felt this rumbling. And I thought, oh, okay, don't worry about that. I'll make it in time. I'm a 28-year-old something man. I'm not going to shit myself. Famous last words is all I'll say to that. Right, okay, that's, what was that? Die or get rich trying?
Die or get rich trying.
Awesome, cheers, pal. Well, look, I had a couple of ideas this week, but one, in fact, I even woke up and wrote down the idea in the dark.
Yeah.
But doesn't make it any better an idea, but
doing a similar thing recently, writing shit down. Yeah.
But I didn't even have any light on because the missus is next to me and she's like a gremlin. You know, if I turn the light on, it's the humanity. So I've got to have the fucking like pad next to the bed with a pen, just in case I wake up with the next yesterday, like McCartney did in his dream. And I have to write it down in the dark, not knowing if the pen even works, not knowing if I'm writing over something I've already written on. Okay, so I may as well give that one a shot. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, it's called Alpha Male. Now, Alpha Male.
Then MAIL.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. So So the setting is this post office, right? That comes alive at night, a little bit like Toy Story does with toys. The stationery and everything else comes to life when all the clerks leave the building, right?
Love you.
Now the returned mail, as it were, are kind of put into the sorting office, and they've been put out to stud, to pasture, really, because they're unwanted. They're a little bit disgraced as well, because it's the purpose of an envelope to be delivered. You know, they're like the soldiers of the mail world that go out and deliver parcels. They've got something to say. They've got something inside of them that they need to get out there and send, right? So they've been the ones that have been sent back. There's Johnny Hardback, which is an A3 envelope,
played by Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Oh, I was going to go for something a bit more burly, like a Statham, but
we'll nice. Okay.
So he's like, he's been around the block. He's like, don't tell anything about Royal Mail to me. You know, he's been chagrined. He's been smarted by the industry. He's a bit of a drunk and a recluse now. Anyway, it turns out that another envelope has come back, a smaller envelope, a much bigger, much more tiny postcard-sized envelope that has the exact address on that Jason Statham envelopes has, right?
Fuck.
Yeah. So he becomes like this.
So that's his opening. He's like,
well, then he has like he's got to go on a mission, basically. He looks after this tiny like postage stamp envelope, and he becomes the alpha male to this envelope, like a father figure, right? So in order to go back out on the job to get resent, you need to be stamped in order to get resent. Like, it's like having your badge back. So the commissioning chief gives him another stamp. He's like, right, you got your badge back, now go out and deliver. And it's their purpose, again, to go out and get delivered. And when there's so many other little things that I wrote down that I forgot, and I can't really place it into a narrative. I'm chasing this theory like a greyhound. But basically, you have like the junk mail that are the junkies and the horrible little envelopes in the sorting office that are trying to mendaciously fuck up his mission. Right.
Yeah.
And in the background, there's this narrative of what has he got inside him? What is inside the envelopes? You know, there's like a mystery going on there. And why can't they be delivered to this one house? What's going on inside the house, etc. So yeah, I don't know if it comes together.
This is Disney Pixar, man. Huh?
Sorry.
No, yeah, you continue.
No, well, like I say, I feel like I ran out of steam in the end there. But Alpha Male, starring Jason Statham as an A3 envelope.
Yeah, that's the envelope. That's nice. I like that actually.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm seeing the underling envelope with with the same address. I'm seeing that as a young girl. Like, I don't know, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, someone,
Amy Adams. We'll get Amy Adams back in.
Amy Adams, fuck it. She could play a little girl, couldn't she?
Yeah.
She could. Amy Adams could do anything. I mean, like she made Lois Lane ginger. Like, she's raising the bar. I mean, fuck me, Zack Snyder. A ginger Lois Lane, a black Perry White. Fucking hell. And then you killed Superman. Way, fucking, like, way to get a reputation, dude.
Yeah. Look, it all will be forgiven. That film made shit tons of money.
Yeah, no, I'm still a fan of Batman versus Superman. Still rate it. Ben Affleck, actually a decent Batman. Yeah, I rate it. I mean, Kevin Smith must have been like literally ejaculating over the fucking walls, He
was a little bit indifferent towards the film. I think he enjoyed it, but he said that there was a moment in the film where Batman goes to kill Superman, and Superman goes, "Oh, my mother," and they share the same name.
The whole Marvel thing was a piss.
And then I think Kevin Smith said, "Look, are you hanging a fucking £200 million budget movie price tag on that? I mean that."
Yeah, no, and fair game to him. Fair game to him for that.
But I think he still liked it. I mean, he kind of suckers up to anything.
Because I mean, he's literally in love with Ben Affleck. He wrote an entire film about Ben Affleck turning a lesbian. That's a love story right there.
There you go. Okay, well, so that was Sons of Pictures. So what did we have? We had Die or Get Rich Trying or Alpha Male.
Yeah.
If you're out there
in cinemas this Friday.
If you're out there, Warner or Studio Channel. I quite like to go independent with that one, I think. Yeah.
I genuinely see Alpha Male being like, I don't know, who produced Sausage Party. That's we could go down that route, couldn't we? I see it as a CG film.
Yeah, blatantly CG. Okay, all right, brilliant. Well, that was good to get off my chest. Do you know what I did? I actually gave that Alpha Male rendition to my girlfriend over breakfast in the hotel, and I swear her vagina has never been drier in the entire time that her and I had been together.
Oh well, if it's any consolation, I'm wet.
That is a consolation. I'll take that as a little nugget. Thanks, mate. Thanks. And you could rely on you.
Wetted my palate, and that is wet with an H. Yeah. A bit of grammar corner for you there.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of grammar corner, the word butchered. That came up recently. Why do people use butchered as a derogatory term? He fucking butchered it. When someone says, "Oh, they butchered it," it means that they ruined it, they destroyed it. Last time I checked, butchery was an art. The act of cutting an animal up in a very precise way. is butchery. You know, the overnight internet sensation that is Salt Bay has shown that butchery is a fucking skill. So since when does destroying something mean that you're butchering it?
Yeah, this is tarring all the butcherers with a very tainted brush, isn't it? I always feel like as well, like a butcher's skip. You know, she's got a such and such that smells like a butcher's skip. I think, well, come on, can we all just lay off butchers for a time?
Yeah, my dad's cousin was a member of the Butchers Guild. Probably still is, actually. I don't think it's something that you just grow out of. Yeah, and it's a highly fucking sought after profession. You know, they're like the Masons.
Yeah. Actually, never thought of it that way, but yeah, poor old butchers.
Stop using butchered as a derogatory term.
Unless you want to flip it and use it as a complimentary term, you know.
Exactly. Oh, you fucking butchered it. Yeah. It's a bit like in America, you know. If you watch Britain's Got Talent, and someone sings a song and they say you killed it.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
That means that you did a bad job. You killed the song. You murdered it, right? Watch Americans Got Talent. You fucking killed it. You killed it. That's a good thing in America.
I'm so thankful you brought this up. I had this conversation. Well, I did this a long time ago. A good friend of mine, Nicky Cook, who you know, right? He goes, "Oh, Elliot came in and did the drums the other day. He absolutely killed it." And I'm taking that as, "What? Elliot did a shit job." So I said to Nicky, I said, "Well, did you tell him?" He goes, "Well, I'd tell." He goes, "Look, mate, if people want a pat on the back, they'll have to come to me and ask me nicely." And then, anyway, the conversation went all the way around the houses, and he obviously misunderstood that I misunderstood what killed it meant. And we had a discussion in the pub like about a couple of months later about that. And he goes, yeah, when you came back to me and told me what you did, I was ready to come round and knock you out. I was like, well, why don't you tell me what the fucking killed it means? Because that sounds pretty bad in my book.
Yeah, exactly.
Since when has killing anything been a positive?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you killed it. You know, go out there and kill them, man. You know,
we've made up.
Although, in terms of stand-up comedy, that actually, when you kill the audience, that's actually meant to be a good thing, isn't it?
I'm so confused.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like killing is bad.
Yeah.
You know, only America could make killing sound like a good thing.
Well, they've got to promote gun laws, and
this is the thing. Yeah. You know, is it the Second or Third Amendment? You know, the right
to bear arms. Yeah.
Right to bear arms. Yeah.
Cool. Shit. Right. Okay. Sorry, man. I've got to go. We've got a life to lead outside this podcast, right?
I'll let you get on.
Well, at the same time next week, perhaps, and for Sons of Pitches.
Definitely. And I will have a son of a pitch for you.
And for those that don't know, do go over to the website intermissionsfilms.com. You'll find reviews, podcasts, and all the sorts over there. But subscribe to the YouTube channel where you'll exclusively hear these YouTube Sons of Pitches with me and Sam talking shit. But brilliant shit.
Absolutely.
We're killing it over there. All right.
Yeah, I'm killing it.
All right.
In the British sense.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care of yourself.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.